YouTube Live ke ataupun Google Meet ni ataupun Studio Restream?
Studio.
Studio.
Okay, hari ni saya dengan SM015 akan collab. But I'll be honest, today is more on SM015 sebab I'm having a stomachache. Okay, so ada dua live session lah. One you can enter via YouTube, another one you can enter via Google Meet. And for those yang masuk Google YouTube, there's a link down there for you to go to the Google Meet. And I'm not sure of the current peraturan because last time bila saya guna Google Meet, dia cuma tahan sejam saja. So this time I'm using MOE account. And let's see lah whether dia bertahan sejam ke. Or MOE account is fine, you can buat lama. Who knows, wallahu alam. Okay, so okay, there's one more guy coming in. Hello.
Hello everyone there. Berapa orang? Baru 2 orang.
Google Meet ramai. Kamu boleh masuk? Enggak.
Okay.
Good morning, Tan Syafiqah. Can you hear us? I'm not that sure yet. Okay, aku go first question dulu, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go the first one. For those yang baru sampai, there's a Google Meet that you can ask, can put it in. Saya ada orang tanya tak? Okay, don't waste too much time. Let's go.
Hello. Oh, aku dengar.
Dengar
Sebab aku ni dia. Sebab aku sampai ke sana. Sampai ke pulau.
Okay, we need to act somewhere. Okay, I think everybody can see the screen now. So let's begin. Okay, so for this one, sebelum perut sesakit. Sorry, I cheer beer. What to do? Life sucks. So let's try this question. Okay, the soalan pun saya dah post dalam group. I think KMKK group. Okay, so since this is continuous at 2, like here, say continuous at 2. So it means we should connect these two. Oh, let me use we should take regarding this. Okay? Continuous at 2. So if it's continuous at 2, then it satisfies these rules. Whereas a limit x approaching 2 is the same as fx. It's the same as f2. It should satisfy this. Okay, the trick is we should start with this one first. Start with this. And which equation should we choose? If you look over here, we have 3 equations. 1. I think we need people in Google Meet. If you don't have a question, please mute your mic. If you have. Okay, that's a bit weird. Never mind, let's continue with what we can. So there are 3 equations there. So which one should we choose for F2? The answer for that is we need to take the second one. The first one. I'm trying to mute the guy. Catch him. I can't mute someone else. Okay, alright. I need the first one sebab dia ada equal kat sini. Can you see there's equal over there? So that means on the right side, I'm going to get myself life is interesting. Ini lah yang saya takut buat. Some people can come for buat kacau lah. Sorry about that. We have yang ni yang saya sebenarnya takut juga.
What to do?
Yep. When you do open live, see ada link bawah tu, then sometimes we're gonna have a bit of troubles lah. Tak apalah. I thought this is already a MOE account saja boleh join. Apparently some people try to hijack us. Sorry for the troubles. That's the first time it happens. And then the second one, approaching 2, you choose yang the opposite. So in this case, the opposite is the 2, equation 2. So this for equation 1. This is equation 2. Why not 3? Because like I mentioned just now, since we are doing at x equals to 2, so there are only first and 2 equations there. So the opposite one is the second one. So by using the limit, so that should be negative 3x plus 10. This is a common exam question, so you should be able to do this. Negative 6 plus 10. Actually kan dulu masa time PKP lah. Lepas tu banyak time tu it's an international case where sekejap kira ni saya betul-betul. Bring the 2 to the other side. So we get ourselves 2. Okay, are you guys okay? This should be easy starting. Okay, let's go to the second one. I think the second one is a standalone question. Evaluate this one. Masa time PKP atau kelas-kelas online. And then we have to aduh, saya kena target lah. Worst case scenario, I think we have to stop the Google Meet. Kekal. Sorry, saya nak buang link kat Google Meet tu kat YouTube. I think we got some hacker coming in lah. Okay, never mind. Life happens in many ways. Okay, this is easy question. This is typical basic questions. You think of what happened if you just substitute 9 immediately. If you substitute 9 immediately, you're going to get your this, and you're going to get 0 over 0. So if you get 0 over 0, this is not something that we want to do. So if you got this case of 0 over 0, so that means you either want to factorize or either you want to conjugate. In this question, there are multiple ways of solving, but I reckon what you will do is that the moment you see square root, that's the moment you conjugate things out. You can conjugate things out. You can say, hey, so I'm going to conjugate okay. And remember, the upper and lower part, the value need to be the same. What I'm trying to say is because I got a student who recently do this as a conjugate. They said that the right side is opposite of this, which is wrong. A little bit of reminder on that. So trying to conjugate things out, my recommendation is that you use this formula. You use the A plus B, A minus B. Sorry, Google Meet dapat nampak tak? Saya lupa nak betul adik. Okay, dapat. A plus B, A minus B. equals to a squared plus, sorry, a squared minus b squared. Use this formula. Okay, the reason why we use, or even lecturers recommend this formula, is pelajar pandai, we use this formula, is that you problems. I doubt this is Malaysian. Life is interesting. So when you expand the conjugate part, so we get ourselves x minus, let me use that pilot. Oh, shoot. These are the colors. One part you don't expand it, not for, yes, you might want to expand it. It's x approaching 9. And what can you do from now after you conjugate it? You can simplify things out. Boom, boom. And then you substitute the 9 parts. Remember, after you substitute, then the no more limit after substitute. No limit. If you put the lim, if there's the lim, you might be reduce your. So 1/6. Ada orang sabotage. This is YouTube lah. Because people attacking YouTube. I thought because I'm using MOE account, so people can't enter without the MOE account. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, the other parts, I would say that you can factorize this one. Do you know what's the factorizing of? It will be x square root plus 3. This is a bit advanced stuff. But hey, like I always mention in my class, if you super kiasu and you want to say, hey, my method is fire, so go for it. And then we got the same calculation as just now. Okay, I leave the floor to Sir Megat now. Okay, Megat?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone, and especially to my colleague, Mr. Rodi Rojab. We call being join me or be with me to build this session for the student. Okay, now
Megat buka screen dulu, Megat. Share screen.
screen. Okay, yes. Nampak?
Ish, Allahu Akbar.
Kenapa?
Hang ada bagi link studio tu kat orang ke? Tak, studio tu patutnya kita 2 orang je. It's okay lah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Continue.
Okay, nampak? Okay, so that is that's actually the same file that I shared with my Mr. Rodi just now. So continue with question number 2 then. Okay, so differentiate y equal to x plus 2x by using first principle. Okay, class, for kind of question using the first principle, I do strongly suggest to all of you Share di Google Meet. Oh. Sebab suara ni, suara bergema sebab aku buka dulu. Sebab aku buka dua stream dengan YouTube dengan Google Meet. Okey, masuk. Sekejap. Okey, keluar. Okay, I'm continuing this session here now. Okay, for this kind of question, class, I do strongly suggest to all of you, okay, because that's of to differentiate this function where dy dx using the limit we call limit h approaching to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h is a quite long process of we call getting the answers for this. So, okay, so let's say y equal to x plus 2x. Okay, so we straightly differentiate this. Okay, 2x plus 2. Okay, this is not the proper. Tengah suara. Dekat Google Meet. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. So, boleh nampak kan? Boleh nampak kan? Okay. So, class, I'm sorry. I repeat for what I say just now. So, class, for this question, I do strongly suggest to all of you to what we call straightly differentiate this function of y from, let's say, y equal to x squared plus, then we straightly differentiate, find it dy dx equal to 2x plus 2. Okay, this is not the proper solution for this kind of question, but then dy dx 2x plus 2 is just a reference for you. Okay, because the process of differentiate this usual is quite long process. Sometimes it might be we call a little bit confusing, but then at the end of this must get exactly the same as this one here. So I suggest to all of you difference. So this is your reference. Then at the end of this solution, you will get exactly the same as this. Okay, but then we are not considering this as a solution or answer for this question. It's just for reference only. Okay, now. So then, limit of h approaching to 0, fx plus h, meaning for every single x that we see in this function here, we're going to substitute with sh. So x plus h plus 2x plus h, okay, minus, okay, this is a big bracket for fx plus h, minus fx x squared 2x divided by h. Okay, so limit of h approach, expand everything inside this big because one here, we x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 2 times x and 2 times h, 2h minus x plus 2x divide h. So now of h approaching to 0, let open up all the, especially for this part here, because with negative sign and opening up the bracket, it will affect or change the positive and positive. For this one here now, x squared plus 2x plus h squared plus 2x plus 3 plus 2h minus x squared minus 2x and divide by h. Okay, so now let's clear. Make simplify this one here. X squared minus x squared. 2x minus 2x. So what's left here now? Have 2xh has h squared and 2h and everything divided by h here. So we are going to divide every single term that we have an h with the h as a denominator here. H, one of the h here and h and divide by h. So the limit of h into 0. So what's left here now? First is 2x. And then what else? Divide by h here. So we have 2 plus 2. And then h here. And okay, no, there's no denominator left then because we had earlier. So 2x plus 2 plus h. And it's time for us now to substitute the value of h approaching 0, or let's make it equal to 0. So when this is equal to 0, so what's left here now? It is plus 2. Exactly the same as the one here. Okay, so if your final answer is a little bit different from the one that you have differentiated earlier, then where the mistake is from all this process. Okay, so that's the first solution for question number 2. Okay, oh, what's wrong with this? Okay, never mind. And then second question then, find second derivative of y respect to the x and the third derivative. Okay, I have no idea whether the third derivative in our syllabus or the latest syllabus or not. It's okay. Now just we call trying the best trying to solve this one here. Y equal to, okay, for this one, let's make this as a 2x power of, okay, square root of x, where is where x to the power of half. So x right now is located in the denominator as a denominator. So I bring this above then, so it becomes 2x power of negative 1 over 2 and minus of 1 over. So then we're going to find the second derivative and the third derivative. So dy dx equal to negative half times 2. Okay, 2 times negative 1 over 2 and x to the power of negative half minus 1 over 2. And then half, bring up here 1 over 2 times x power of half minus 1. Negative 1 over 2. So 2 divided by 2. So then what we have here right now is where x... Huh? Tak jalan? Oh, pula dah. Kat mana pula silap dia? Okey dah. Okey, boleh bagi respon awal sikit takut dah saya cerita panjang. Okay. Oh, okay. So now x to positive 3 over 2. Okay, you can write this as 1 over power of 3 over 2 and minus 1 over 2 or square root of half then. Okay, so okay. Then second derivative of y respect to the x. I'm gonna take this. Okay. And also this one here. So they bring this negative 3 over 2 to the front, negative 3 over 2, x of negative 3 over 2 minus 1, it become negative 5 over 2. And then for this one in this part here now, negative with negative become positive. and negative, negative, positive, half with half, it becomes 1/4 x of negative half minus 1, negative 3/2. Okay, and then the third derivative, with respect to the x. So negative 5/2 times negative 3/2, negative, negative become positive. 3 times 5 equal to 15/4x, negative 5/2 minus 1, negative 5/2 minus 2/2. So it become negative 7/2. And negative times positive, negative 3/2 times 1/4, 3/8. Oh, delete balik. Aku ensure Meet tutup Okay, so kalau nak tutup the meet. Okay. Okay. Kejap. Hmm. Okay. Nampak gerak Nampak gerak cursor. Ha? Okay, dah ni aku klik. Tak payah langsung Okay. Pergi sana Kau pergi sana. Send nota PowerPoint tadi. Aku dah send kat WhatsApp dah. Tak WhatsApp aku tadi sebelum kita mula. Oh, okay. Dugaan. Okay. Sikit lagi. Okay, minta maaf ada gangguan banyak teknikal ni. Aku sejuk beku dah kan. Sorry, tak tahu apa pula masalah pagi ni. Biasa okey je. Okay, saya akan cuba guna laptop ataupun laptop Mr. Rodi untuk kurangkan balik gangguan ni. Dapat Okay, aku off stream aku Aku guna laptop kau je lah.
Hari ni banyak dugaan. Harap semua. Life sometimes doesn't go the way we want. Hari ni banyak dugaan. Harap semua. Life sometimes doesn't go the way we want. Okay, thank you there, Samira, for understanding. Thank you there, Samira.
Kau nulis kat
Understanding screen.
screen.
Saya megak tengok dia punya tab besar dia. Allah Akbar. Saya megak tengok tab besar dia. Yang kiri ni. Kiri ke?
Dia macam ni.
Okay.
Macam ni cerita dia. Lambat dia betul.
Okay, try. Susah sini.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all my students. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay. Okay, sorry saya terpaksa mulakan semula. Repeat for this question. Okay, so now we have y equal to x squared plus 2x. Okay, so for this kind of question, as we know that we need to find a dy dx, limit of h approaching to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. Okay, so this process is a little bit long, okay, that sometimes. Okay, so
Okay, now I know the problem. Yes, this is the problem. Found. Clear.
Okay. So class, this process is a little bit long. That might be sometimes not just you, might be among us the teachers might make a simple silly mistake because sometimes we confusing with the sign of positive and negative. So for my I do strongly suggest to all of you that let's say y equal to x squared plus 2x, you straightly differentiate this, okay, become 2x plus 2. Okay, this is not the proper working solution, but then this is your reference. Okay, this is your reference. To solve this question, because let's say at the end of this working solution, your final answer must be exactly the same as this one. Dy dx equal to 2x plus 2. Okay, so now limit of h approaching to 0, fx plus h. So we're going to substitute x plus h into every single x that we have in this equation here, where it is now x plus h squared plus 2x plus h. Okay, this is fx. This is all fx is all here, minus fx plus h, and then minus fx, where fx equal to x squared plus 2x, everything divided by h. Okay, so then limit of h approaching to 0, we're going to expand and simplify this, where x plus h in bracket square, it can become x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, and 2 times x plus 2x, 2 times h, 2h, minus x squared plus 2x, and everything divided by h. So next, limit of h approaching to 0. Okay, open up the bracket here, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h, and that we call opening up bracket, we have negative sign waiting outside here, and it will change every single that we call symbol that we have here. We have positive and positive now become x squared minus 2x divided by h. Okay, so now let's make we call simplify this, or we call make work here. We're gonna we call cancel this x squared with this x squared and 2x minus 2x. So what's left here now? We have 2xh, h squared, and 2h. So every single term that left here, we have an h. So we clear one of this because we're going to divide with one h here, h, one of the h, and h here with this one. So the limit of h approaching to 0. So what's we got? 2x. What else? Then we got 2 and one of the h here. Okay, so there's no h for denominators left here now. So what we can see here, there's only 2x plus 2 plus h. So now it's time for us now to substitute substitute h equal to 0 into this equation here now. So now the final answer is 2x plus 2. So you can see it's exactly the same as this one here now. Okay, that's it. For question number 2b, y equal to, okay, for this one, square root of x is equal to x to the power of half. And since that is a state and we call as a denominator for this term, then we bring up both here, they become 2x power of negative 1 over 2 and minus x to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, so derive for the first time here y prime or dy dx. Okay, I use the dy dx equation here. Then negative half, 2 times negative half, and x power of negative half minus 1 become negative 3 over 2 minus half, bring to the front here, 1 over 2 x to the power of negative, okay, half minus 1. Half minus 1 equal to negative 1 over 2. So negative 1 over 2. So clear this, 2 divided by 2, then we have negative x to the power of negative 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2 x power of negative 1 over 2. Okay, class, for this one here now, actually you can write down as a negative 1 over x power of 3 over 2 negative 1 over 2 x power of. Okay, then next, second derivative of y respect to the x. Negative multiplied with negative equal to positive. So negative 3 over 2 times negative 1, 3 over 2, x power of negative 3 over minus 2 over 2 minus 1, negative 5 over 2. Negative multiplied negative become positive. So half times half equal to 1 over 4, x power of negative half minus 1, negative 3 over 2. Okay, so I have no idea whether third derivative is part of the syllabus, what we call is part of the syllabus, but then is now stated in the question, and here we just, we just find the solution of this. So the third derivative of y respect to the x equal to, so negative 5 over 2 multiplied with here, multiplied with 3 over 2, negative 15 divided by 4, x power of negative 7 over 2, and negative 3 over 2 times 1 over 4 minus 3 over 8, x power of negative 5 over 2. Okay, so simplify this as a negative 15 divided by 4 x power of 7 over 2 minus 3 over 8 x power of 5 over 2. Okay, so that is a solution for question number 2b. So I do hope that it's okay for me to just clear this all. I do believe that all of you have copied out the solution this earlier. And because this session is being recorded, so you may just repeat, watch our session here whenever you're free in your hostel, or might be when you are somewhere in around in this compound of the college. Okay, now differentiate cos x, y, and this one with respect to the x. Okay, class. This is we call implicit function. Okay, implicit function means that a function that we cannot form in the write down in the form of y equal to fx. Okay, so because cos x and cos y, and then we have 2x sine y. Yes, we cannot separate this. So this is it. So now we will find out differentiate respect to x equal to cos x plus y plus with derivative of 2x sine y respect to the x. Okay. When we look at this question here now, this is not an equation because there is no symbol of equal here. Okay, tandaan equal tak ada. So this is not an equation. This is a term here. I'm going to differentiate this one by one. Okay, so for this, we'll differentiate this. We call the trigonometric function here. Differentiate cos, it will give you negative sine x plus y. Okay, and then multiply with derivative of this. We'll differentiate x respect to the x, we give you 1. And differentiate y respect to the x here equal to 1. But then because we differentiate y respect to the x, then we're going to write down dy dx. Okay, so then 2x sine y. For this, we're going to divide it into two parts, where multiplication between 2x as a u and sine y as a v here. So let's say if we differentiate this 2x sine y, I'm going to give you u prime multiplied with v plus u multiplied with v prime. Okay, so for this part here now, we differentiate one by one. So differentiate 2x, we got 2 and sine y. Plus with, just now we differentiate 2x, we get 2 here. So we just copy it all again, 2x. Then now, wait. Okay, 2 sine y plus 2x. It's time for us to differentiate v here now, sine y. Differentiate sine, going to give you, okay, u prime dot v plus, wait. Okay, this is u prime. Differentiate 2x, going to give you 2 and sine y plus 2x. And then differentiate sine cos y. Differentiate y, give you 1 and dy dx. Okay, so then negative sine x y. And this one here multiplied with 1. Okay, 1 multiplied with this negative sine x plus y. Then dy dx multiplied with this one here minus sine x plus y dy dx plus with 2 sine y plus with 2x cos y dy dx. 2x cos y dy dx. Okay, so class, this is it. Because this is not an equation, so we cannot simply change the position, the term with dy dx on the left side and the term without dy dx on the other side, and we find that dy dx. So the question said just differentiate this respect to the x, and this all here. Okay, so this is a solution for question number 2C. So I give passing the mic to Mr. Roddy back for next one. For next question then.
Before my stomach get problems.
Oh,
Quick. Oh, it's my first time going to use this pad here.
okay, make yourself use with it.
Not now, good. Okay, find the derivative extrema by using second derivative. Okay, cool. I don't think we need to use the okay, fine. They said use second derivative. So we need to use from what they're asking. Right, so I'll show you the alternative once we are done with this. Okay, so dy dx it. So in this case, f prime x negative sine to x, and remember you have to differentiate inside as well, equals to 2. And since I want to get myself things the extreme, the critical points, so we make it equals to 0. And I like to make a small notation if for finding critical points. I think I should give this a try lah, for finding crit points. Okay, so then I get myself sine to x. Oopsie. Get how do I sine to x equals to 0. Dekat, ada cara padam tak baju? Ada cara padam tak? Oh, okay, important. I think it's safe to say my handwriting got better with this step.
Bawah ni dia tu.
Okay. Right. From here, if you ever got yourself sine or cos, if you want to find equals to 0, 1, and -1, I highly recommend you use the graph. In this case, the sine graph will be sine graph. Okay. And then from here, you have a look that I want to find equals to 0. Equals to 0 is around here. That doesn't change. Equals to 0 is around here. So there's only 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. And the question said here is until pi. So that means I only want to know until here. So it's only 0 and pi. Are you okay? So now, so that means my 2x is equals to 0 and pi. I think for this particular one, we should take this one as well. 2 pi first. Because now I'm dividing by 2. I'm dividing this. I'm dividing this 2. So I get myself x 0 pi over 2 and pi. So those are our critical points. Okay. These are our critical points. Have you anybody here played Dungeons and Dragons? Critical damage. Okay, so continue. But the thing is, we critical point, but we have no idea whether it's a maximum or minimum. So now we differentiate another time. So basically, we are here. Enggak, bagus ya tab ni. We differentiate there and then we differentiate one more time. And what do we get? Yes, Mr. Haziq? Why you look so surprised? So we got ourselves negative cos 2x. And then just now there's 2 and then we differentiate this again. Now we got 4 because there's this original 2 before this. Okay, now we got here, which is, yeah, you can say it's a negative 4 cos 2x. Then you substitute those values in. The creep value s equals to 0. Or if you are lazy like me right now, you can simply, whoa! Water sponsored by the mathematics unit. Abang, cik ni, caramel macchiato satu. Caramel macchiato satu. Tukar. Take turn. Duet.
Masih hantar air ni.
Tu lah. Brothers. Brotherhood lah penting. Cos 0 is what? Cos 0 is 1. Oh, Yasin lagi. So negative 4. Once you reach negative 4, you need to mention it's less than 0 and you need to mention it's a maximum. You need to understand, in exams, you need to write this line. It's negative 4, it's less than 0, it's maximum. I've seen a lot of students who miss one of those, and I'm sorry to say you will not get full marks for that. Okay, let's try the other values. I have what we got, the critical points, pi over 2. Actually, I have no idea what are the Starbucks. I never drink Starbucks. The only reason I know caramel macchiato is because of the viral post last time. I don't mean to be politics, but I only know it because it got famous due to politics. Okay, cos pi. How much is cos pi? I remember the cos graph. The cos pi is around here, negative 1. Show. Negative 4 cos 1. Sorry, negative 1. This is a good question. Equals to 4. Now you need to mention it's more than 0. So it's mean. Okay, that's so far so good. And what about the other one? F pi. So negative 4. Sorry, I think we need to make this double notation because we are using the F double prime. Cos 2 pi. So in this case, cos 2 pi is, where is it? It's around here. Here is 2 pi. For those who do not know, here is 2 pi. Here is pi. This is 4. Cos graph. So it's 1 in this case. Negative 4 times 1. So negative 4 I mentioned you should not stop at -4, make it less than 0, and make it a maximum. Okay, so we have find the relative extreme by using second derivative test. So those are the critical points and their maximum, minimum, maximum. You can be, you can say kiasu a bit. So x equals to, or you want to be, you finalize all of your answers. X is 0 is the max point. Or if you're super kiasu again, you say it's a relative. The reason it's a relative because I've told you, relative max. So x equals to, what else have we got? Pi over 2. You can do this, finalize all your answers. So your examiner can easily find your work. And x equals to pi. It's a max. Relative max. Okay, so once you finalize your answer, it's a triple dot. Okay, this is by using the second derivative test. Okay, the reason why when I saw this question just now, I was thinking, hey, why this is an easy question we use this far? It's because you can use another method. If you know cos to x, like I made the sketch just now. This is the cos graph. Okay, 2 pi. Sorry, that's a sine. My bad. This is a cos graph. Okay, this is for cos x. So for cos to x, sorry viewers, this is my first time using this tab by Mr. Megat. Orang bagi barang mahal, kita nak cuba juga kan. So it's a double. Ching. There's a double graph. I think I should. So this is the pi. And here's the 2 pi. Since the question is asking until pi, I highlight it a bit here. Since the question asking until pi, so we should stop our reading is only until here. As you can see, the extreme is here, and here there's a 3 extremes. So it's a 0, pi over 2, 0, pi over 2, and pi. So I'm showing you here there are 2 ways to get the answers. But since the question said by second derivative test, you have to do all of these working steps. And you can use these other methods for you to simply check your answers. Yep. Okay, that's a good question. I've never seen such a question that is asked. This. Okay, I'm done. Want to continue? Enggak, sambung. Ataupun Cik Mus, Guru Cemerlang. Okay, never mind. I go first. Okay. Yeah, Maya, satu soalan. Maya, collect. Duet. Okay, so let's go this one first. So we get the urusan sikit. Find value of x and y such that we given here. Okay, z is this. So we do it by x plus yi. Allah Akbar.
Abang KP je. Okey, abang KP sikit tu kat KP tu ya. Okey.
Sambung ah. Kurut Ustaz ah.
Okey. Sambung. Aku sambung lepas tu.
Okay. So just replace this one.
Abang ya.
Iron Man. Yes, currently I am the only matriculation in Malaysia that hold the title of Iron Man and Ocean Man. Yes. Okay, if you see this question, my recommendation is not a pretty recommendation anyway. Is to keep the left side to the left side and to keep the right side to the left side. So just chuck it there. Okay, left stays left, right stays right. Oops, Allah Akbar. So I expand the left side. 3x. For those of them wondering what is Ironman, that means it's a 4 kilometers swimming, 180 kilometers cycling, and 42 kilometer running. Under 17 hours. I finish it under 16 hours 28 minutes. Even with a bicycle mechanical failure.
Go back to hotel, collapse.
For those who wondering, am I not tired doing that stupid Ironman? Well, after the event, I eat for 3 weeks non-stop.
Recovering.
Yep. Okay, so I'm the left side. I remain the x with x. The I how do I say? This is the real, and this is the imaginary. Okay, so we leave it that way. So the right side, the right hand side, we want to do the same idea. Firstly, we expand 5. Yeah, you can put 5 as well. It's not that difficult because this over here is 1. So 5x minus 5yi minus 2i. This is just simply a rainbow expansion, nothing much. And minus 5x I minus plus. Sorry, I'm not used to this type. So I need to press harder to make it bolder. But there's always first time for everything. And I squared means minus. Should I mean in I squared? Let's put I squared first. And finally, minus plus 510 I squared. Yes, you can make the I squared directly as minus, no problem with that. And so we see here I squared and I squared. It can simply becomes a minus. So they become minus. Boom. Boom. And then rearrange it. So you want to rearrange in the same manner so that we get ourselves real part is a real part, imaginary part with imaginary part. So 5x. So let's underline it so we won't miss it. Minus 5y. I don't like this one. Too many calculations. So plus, what's the imaginary? Minus 5y minus 5x minus 5x minus 2 and always the I. So you can see here I got imaginary, real and real. Enggak ini expansion tak cantik lah. So you want to compare real and real. So we can say 3x minus y equals to 5x minus, I think this is y, right? My own handwriting. Let me double check. This is y. This 5y. Sorry, this question takes a bit of my concentration. Okay, you can rearrange them. So this and this give me 2x. This one and this one give me 4y minus 10. I think we can rearrange it, simply get ourselves, I'm dividing by 2 and then I'm transferring that one, the 10 to the other side, and got this. So our got slightly manageable. So for this value, then I substitute the other side. What's my other values is from the imaginary. So 3y plus x. Now I'm taking the imaginary. Let's change color a bit. Sorry, this one is tough calculations. Now I'm connecting the imaginary. So 3y plus x equals to negative 5x minus 5y minus 2. Try rearrange them. So this and this, we'll get ourselves 6x. And this one and this one, we'll get ourselves negative 8y. Oopsie. And since everything is multiplication of 2, I can divide things out. I get myself 3x equals to minus 4y minus 1. And then I can transfer what I got just now to the other side. I can sub here, which can I get myself 6y plus 15. Negative 4y minus 1. And lo and behold, so we now 10y and negative 16. Y is a negative 1.6. Given that if I calculate things correctly. I think I will double check for one moment. I think I make mistake somewhere. Sorry about that. Sila kira lah. X minus 2y equals to 5 dapat. Satu lagi. 3x minus 4y. Okay, I got this one wrong. Oh, I think I missed my 10. Sorry. Wait. I got this one correct. 2y plus 5 equals to x. X plus 3y minus 5x minus 5y minus 10. Maybe I missed this one. Akbar. Okay. Sorry the viewers. I was trying to go fast and now I makan diri. This is supposed to be negative 10. Let me double check more. So this is 10. This is 10. This is 10. This is 5. This is 5. But you got the idea. Negative 20. Negative 2. Sorry, I'm not used to using tabs, so it affects some of my workings. Okay, so we got y equals to 2, so now you have to substitute. You got x. You can choose from anyone, so I think I would like to choose this one. So nothing much, so negative 4 plus 5 equals to x. So x is 1. Okay, hopefully you get the idea. The idea is to remain real imaginary. Okay, real imaginary. And to keep the left hand side to the right hand side and keep the right hand side to the right hand side. I've seen a lot of students kind of mess it up. Okay, the second part of the question, they said find the argument. So we want to value x and y. Okay, so finish there. So for the second part, you need to get yourself. So z is x plus y, I. So z is x is 1. And then y is negative 2. So the argument, first question, where is 1 minus 2i? Oh, my handwriting slightly slant to the right. So 1 minus 2i is 1. Here is a negative 2. So negative 2i, sorry. So there is where you want to go. So it's a negative. So firstly, find the theta. Let's find the theta first. Theta is simply tangent negative 1, b over a. B is this, a is this, or simply just from your trigo, Here is 2, here is 1. Do you bring your calculator with you? Tan 2.
Shift tangent 2. Shift tangent 2. This is the one.
63. Okay, but I need in radian, right?
Gradient.
For this topic. 2 lecturer. Go forward to bring calculator.
Old school, old version.
Yeah, you need, but for this topic, you need to make sure your answer is in radian. So negative.
I'm very rare using that. You can't change the gradient like that.
So because Sir Megat said we are maths lecturer don't use calculator. We calculate in the head. Okay, since we are going downwards, okay, here we're going downwards. So the argument need to be negative. So the argument is a negative 1.107. All right, that's a tough one. Yes, hence it's not that difficult. Let's do. Tekan M kot. Dia tekan M. Okay, alright, sorry. Tertekan. Tutup mic. Dengar lah kah?
Hello, respond. Testing 1, 2, 3. Dengar tak? Cuba satu. Dengar Okay. Okay, so now this equation we can just recall right in this form: e power of x minus 12 over ex minus 1. Okay, so if I recall, just using the equation given here and multiply with e to the power of x. So then e power of x multiplied with this one, ex in bracket squared, and 12 e power of negative x with e power of x here. Okay, class. Using the index rule, as you know that a power of m times a to the power of n equal to a to the power of m plus n. Okay, we call syarat dia that we have the same base and multiplied between these two, and we just add up the index between m and n. Okay, so then here now we become ex plus e negative x. Okay, negative x here. So positive times negative here. So then power of x minus x equal to e to the power of 0, and they give you. Okay, so then here between these two, 12 times 1 is 12 minus ex equal to 0. So ex squared minus ex minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, and it looks like we call a quadratic equation, right? Let's assume that y equal to e to the power of x, then you come up with y minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to find out what is the value of y here. Class, there are a few options. There are a few options of solving this kind of question of quadratic. Firstly, we can use factorization. Secondly, completing the square, or the third one using the formula. Sorry, the formula that I'm trying to recall, what I mean here is negative power of negative, we call x equal to negative b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay. But then if you look at this equation here, y square minus y minus 12, I don't think that we need this all. Okay. So then, okay, one thing, class, for me, okay, I always told my students in the class that this
is more beautiful than mine.
again, I always told my student that in PSPM or matriculation is not about final answer. Might be last time during your secondary school, your teacher saying that if you are doing all this, we call improper, we call kita kata berterabur, but then suddenly your final answer is correct, then we call your teacher will still give you marks based on the final answers. Okay, but then here now in matriculation and further you're going to step we call for the studies in matriculation, we call universities, we are not just looking for the final answer, we want to see the we call the working solution, the step that you use, and we call the formula that you use to get the answers then. Okay, so for this case, you at least must show, if you use the factorization, then show it what is the we call the result of these two linear vectors here, y and y. If from here, then you straightly come up with answers y equal to something and y equal to something without showing this, and that we call the teachers will know that you're using your calculators to straightly get the answers. This, okay, let's say this is J1. J stands for jalan kerja, J1. But you didn't show the K1, jalan kerja, what we call step that you used before you get this one here. If this is K0, then for sure this is J0. Means that you will not get the final answer because you're not showing us what is the step that you use. Factorization, completed the square, or formula. So the calculator is just for you to checking whether your working solution or your answer is correct or not, just for that. Okay, so now 12. So 12 again, class, 12 is a combination of 1, sorry, 12, a combination of 1 times 12. it might be recalled. You have another one. Here is 6 times 2, and also 3 times 4. Okay, the product of root. The sum of root here, it cannot be 12, between 12 and 1. It's not 6 and 2, okay, but it's 6 and 4, because 4 minus 3 equal to -1 or +1 then. Okay, so this is the one. So y squared minus y, which I think that is suitable. The suitable one here is 3 and minus 4. Let's try again. Y times y squared, -4y plus 3y equal to -y, and 3 times -4 equal to -12. That's it. So now, y equal to -3 and y equal to 4. Is this our final answer? Nope. Because why? Recall, because for not for permanent, just for a while, where y equal to e to the power of x. So then here now, e to the power of x equal to -3 and e to the power of x equal to 4. Okay, so for this one here, come up with natural log of 4 equal to an x here. Okay, so because we come up with natural log of ex equal to natural log of 4, and bring up here x, as we know that natural log of e equal to 1. So x equal to natural log of 4. But what about this one here? Okay, e power of x equal to -3. So class, e is a special character of value where it's a 2.71828, something like that. And when x is positive, is either x positive or x equal to negative, e power of -2, e power of -3. And this can give you 1 over e squared and 1 over e cubed. E is positive, and -2, power of -2 is a 1 over e. This one here is always positive, meaning that e power of x cannot be equal to -3. So it means that here e power of x equal to -3 is not part of the solution. It's not the part of the final answer. Okay. So then now we ignore the value of e power of x equal to -3. And this is the only one where x equal to natural log of 4. Okay. So this is a solution for question number 2a. Okay, now, may I clear all this? Okay. Kalau siapa yang nak cepat tu, kalau nampak saya laju, then boleh tengok record kemudian, or you just snap a picture of the working solution then, and you may copy out later. So class, use the technology wisely. Beside you watching the Netflix or Netflix, or might be the World Cup match, but then for this one, okay. First of all, any Brazil's fans, please do not jangan sedih. Even though if Brazil won the World Cup this year, they won't help you in your final examination. So just enjoy the game. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Then just get prepared for your final examination here. Okay. So to Brazil's and Portugal's fan, don't cry. Okay, so now for this question here, okay, I'm going to divide this into 2 parts here. Okay, we have 3 less than x squared minus 2x, and another one here is x minus 2x less than 12 plus 2x. Okay, for this kind of question, for the first one here, x squared minus 2x. So x squared minus 2x, look at the mouth here, is greater than 3. Okay, for this, we're going to use the term of n. Okay, and then the next one here, x squared minus 2x less than 12 plus 2x. Okay, so we're going to recall, we're going to solve case by case, case 1 and case 2. So then x squared minus 2x minus 3 greater than 0. Bring this 3 to the left side. Okay, x squared minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0, greater than 0. Factorize this. Okay, so x and x. 3 have no option. There's only one pairing of numbers, multiplication numbers, where 1 times 3 equal to 3. But then the difference here is -2, which I think that is suitable for x plus 1 and x minus 3. Let's try again. X multiplied with x, x squared. Then -3x plus 1x equal to -2x, and -1 times -3 times 1 equal to -3. Okay, class. Let's see. What about here now? X squared minus 2x. Bring this minus 2x. Okay, positive 2x here become negative, and minus 12 less than 0. X squared minus 4x minus 12 less than 0. And factorize this. Okay, for 12, there are 3 options, which is the first one is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And then look at this one here. The difference here, difference is -4, which I think is not for 1 and 12, because 1 minus 12, -11, or 12 minus 1 is 11. Okay, 3 and 4 is not we call suitable. It's not the one, because 4 minus 3 equal to 1 or -1. So which I think that the most suitable one here is 2 times 6, which is -4 here. Okay, x and x. So then -4 plus 2 and minus 6. Let's try again. X times x, x squared. X times -6, -6x. 2 times x, 2x. So -6 plus 2, -4x. There you go. Okay. So now, class, we have 2 set of inequalities here. X plus 1 multiplied with x minus 3 greater than 0. And here, x plus 2 times x minus 6 less than 0. Okay, for this, okay, at this moment, when we assume all the linear factor, assume that x plus 1 and x minus 3, assume x plus 2 and x minus 6. Okay, class, listen to this again and again, because this is from chapter 2. You all dah tinggal minggu awal semester dulu. So refresh, remind you, at this moment, wherever is either this sign is greater than or less than, or greater than or equal, or less than or equal, we call ignore it for a while. Okay, at this moment, when we assume all these linear factors, just assume that everything is positive. That's all. Assuming everything is positive. That's all. Okay, it has nothing to do with this sign of greater than or less than. Assuming everything is positive, so the x greater than -1 and x greater than 3. Okay, then we have -1 and 3 both are greater than. So here we get a positive, negative, and positive. Okay, now we are going to finalize which set is either positive or negative. Okay, is the positive or negative? Refer to this. X plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3 greater than 0. What type or what kind of numbers that greater than 0 then? Is a positive or negative? Okay, positive. Positive number is greater than 0. So we're taking this set. So then the solution set for case number 1. It's not the final solution yet. It's a solution set for case number 1 here is where negative infinity until -1 union 3 to positive infinity. Okay, let's go to the second case number 2. Here, x greater than -2 and x greater than 6. So we got -2 and 6 greater than. So then we come up with a sign of positive and negative, positive and positive, positive, negative times positive, negative, negative times negative, positive. Okay, so which side that we're gonna choose then? Refer to this, which is less than 0, so we're taking the negative. Then the solution set for case number 2 here is -2 to 6. Okay, now we are going to combine these two sets, solution set for case 1 and solution set for case 2, and we're going to use the term of n. Okay, the term of n in this we call in mathematics for is a intersection. Okay, now first one we have -1 and 3, -1 and 3. Okay, so the blue ink we call referring to the case number 1. Okay, from -infinity until 1 and 3 to +infinity. Then next, I'm going to choose that we call this one here, this number we call this color to present that we call the number line for -2 until 6, -2 and 6. There you go. Okay, now again, solution set for case 1 and solution set for case 2 is connected by the term of n. N means intersection. So let's find out now in which area that we call the intersection between the blue ink and the red ink. Is it here? Nope. What about here? Yes. What about here? In this area? Nope. And here? Yes. And here? Nope. Okay. So it's clear to us now that final solution set here now is between -2 until -1 union 3 to 6. Okay. Cool. Guys, girls, let's go to the next question here. The function f is defined as an x squared minus 4x plus 5. Determine, for this one, that we call the inverse, determine whether the inverse of function f is exists or not. Give reason to your answers. Okay. Apa syarat dia? What is the condition to record to find to determine whether the inverse is exists or not? Okay. To determine whether inverse is function f is exists or not, make sure that it's a one-to-one function. Okay, so then let's say we come up with fx1 equal to fx2. The f inverse exists if we call the function of f is one-to-one function. Okay, so now we got x1 squared minus 4x1 plus 5 equal to x2 squared minus 4x2 plus 5. Okay, so then just imagine that if we minus 5 left and right, so then clear here, so x1 squared minus 4x1 equal to x2 squared minus 4x2. Okay, so now bring all this to the left side. x1 squared minus 4x1 minus x2 squared plus 4x2 equal to 0. Okay, so now rearrange this. x1 squared minus x2 squared minus 4x1 plus 4x2. And class, look at this one here. X squared minus y squared equal to, okay, we have x minus y and x plus y. So then here now it is x1 minus x2 and x1 plus x2 minus 4x1 plus x2. Okay, so then here now we have x1 minus x2. No, sorry, it's not that. x1 plus x2, x1 plus x2, factorize this, x1 plus x2. Then x1 plus 2, so we have x1 minus x2 and minus 4 equal to 0. So class, from here, we got it x1 equal to x2 and x1 equal to x2 plus 4. So one value of x1, it gives you two value of x, which is x2 and x2 plus 4. So then, since that, okay, you're going to write down conclusion, give your reason for your answer. You're going to write down in what we call in sentences here. So since x1 is not equal to x2, then fx is not a one-to-one function. So then, therefore the function of fx does not have an inverse. Okay, so this is a kind of sentences that you must end up, okay, for this kind of question then. Okay, so if the domain f is modified, so now class, for this function, the domain is all real numbers from negative to positive infinity. So if they come up with a question B, if the domain f is being modified, okay, x greater than m, so that inverse is exists, find the smallest values of m. Okay, so now, okay, so then fx equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, so now class, we are going to come up with something to make this function is as a one-to-one function. Class, we call the graph will be something like this. No. So let's say this is an x and y. This is quadratic. As you know that quadratic is a curve. Okay, for example, something like this. Okay, and then when we make a line, a horizontal line, okay, we can see clearly that this horizontal line cuts the graph at 2 points of x at one value of y. Okay, so this is not a one-to-one function. Right now, we are going to come up with, okay, change this into one-to-one function by something like this. Now, it's a one-to-one function right now. So the process that we're going to use is completing the square to change this. Okay, x squared minus 4x plus, okay, over 2 square minus over 2 square plus 5. Okay, what are we going to write here inside here now? Yes, it's a b, which is negative 4. So negative 4 and negative 4. So x squared minus 4x. Okay, for this one here, class, oh, sorry. Okay, for this one, for these three parts, just we call just kita terus ringkaskan, make it x negative 4 divided by 2 minus 2 squared. Okay, and then this one negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared equal to 4 plus 5. Then we get x minus 2 squared, negative 4 plus 5 equal to 1. So the minimum point where x equal to 2 and y equal to 1. X minus 2 equal to 0, then x equal to 2, y equal to 1. So this is the minimum point. Minimum point means that the lowest point or coordinate of x in this graph. Okay, this is not the proper graph for this question, but just to show you that from the graph of quadratic, then from which is not one-to-one function, then we limit the domain and now it become one-to-one function. Okay, so what is the value we call the minimum value of m, where x equal to 2. So this is the number line where x equal to 2 and is all greater than. So then m equal to 2 here. X greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so I'm passing this back to Mr. Rodi. He's out. Okay.
Not feeling well.
Okay. So might be because of he's frustrated that Ronaldo. Portugal did not make it in the quarter to go to the semi-final. Just
Okay.
never. Okay, I'm sorry to Portugal fans.
For the second one, you can also use a differentiate method, right?
Differentiate method, yes.
Differentiate equals to 0 and you find
Mhm.
also the critical point.
Okay. Get it.
The derivative to make sure it's the minimum point if you want.
Okay, so what Mr. Rodi trying to say is from fx equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5, then differentiate this, they're going to give you 2x minus 4. So make it equal to 0. F prime, make it equal to 0, then x equal to, okay, 4 divided, okay, negative 4 here become positive, so x equal to 4 over 2, then x equal to 2. So from here is where the gradient is 0. dy dx equal to 0. Okay, so that means that two options of solving this question. The first is completing the square to find the minimum point, and second is we call differentiation, find the we call the gradient where dy dx equal to 0. So it's all up to you then. Okay, kau apa dah sekarang?
So the last question itu.
Okay, so class, because tempoh untuk program ni 2 jam, 9:30, 11:30. So I'm going to come up with the last final one. The rest of the question you might just try on your own, and if you have any questions, you may come to my place or any other teacher's place, because we are free in our what we call cubic or in the office waiting for the student to come to meet us. Okay, do not hesitate to come, or kalau bawa pisang goreng lagi best kot. Okay, so the function of f and g are given by this. Show that fx is a one-to-one function. So then let's say fx1 equal to fx2. So e power of 2x plus 1 equal to e power of 2x plus 1. This is x1 and this is x2. So e power of 2x1. Okay, let's say if I make it, we call minus 1 here and minus 1 here. So 1 minus 1, 0, 0 here equal to e power of 2x2. So we come up with a natural log here, ln e power of 2x1 equal to natural log of e power of 2x2. Bring this to the front here. And as you know that natural log of e equal to 1. And also here, so we have 2x1 equal to 2x2, then x1 equal to x2. So clearly that this equal, since that x1 equal to x2, then fx is a one-to-one function. There you go. Okay, determine the inverse function of g and state the relation between f and g. Determine the inverse function of g. Okay, class, for this question, there are two options. First one, if you use this f composite function between the f and its inverse, and make sure that the composite of this equal to an x. Okay, that is the first one. Second option is, let's say fx equal to e power of 2x plus 1. I'll change this fx, make it into y. Y equal to e power of 2x plus 1. So guys, because this one is in the form of y equal to fx. And then I elaborate this until this equation of y equal to fx now become x equal to fy. Okay, so for me, myself, personally, I prefer to use the method number 2. If you prefer with the method number 1, it's all up to you then. Okay. Okay, so I think that I just recall. Let's say if we still have a time, then I show you both, or if not, I just show you the method that I preferably used it for myself. Okay, so let y equal to e power of 2x plus 1. So then let this become the topic here. E power of 2x equal to y. 1 become negative, y minus 1. And natural log of e power of 2x equal to natural log of y minus 1. So bring up here, okay, 2x and natural log of e equal to 1. So 2x equal to natural log of y minus 1 and x equal to 1 over 2 natural log of y minus 1. Or f inverse equal to 1 over 2 natural log of x minus 1. Okay, class. So the first question here, determine the inverse function of g. Or determine the inverse function of g. Hence, state the relation between f and g. Okay, class. I think that I make a mistake here. I'm supposed to find the inverse of g. I'm not using, but then this one, saya cari inverse for f. Okay, never mind. We still have a time for the last one here. Might be because dah nak habis. Okay. So now, let's recall kita jawab balik ikut soalan. Determine the inverse function of g. So then, just now we declared that f1, fx is a one-to-one function. So, okay. Okay. Stand with Cristiano Ronaldo. 1 over 2 ln x minus 1. So change this in the term of y. Okay. So then y equal to 1 over 2 natural log of x minus 1. So multiply with 2 left and right. Okay. So we get 2y equal to natural log of x minus 1. And for this, to eliminate this ln here, we're going to come up, okay, make these two as a power of the constant of e, the Euler's constant. E2y equal to e natural log of x minus 1. So clear between these two, then e power of 2y equal to x minus 1. Okay, and then this is our topic here right now, where x equal to e power of 2y. And then negative 1 bring to the left side become positive, so plus 1. So g inverse equal to e power of 2x plus 1. So class, state the relation between fx and gx. Okay, for question 1 just now, we have proved that fx is a one-to-one function. And question number 2, determine the inverse function of g. So this is the inverse function of g. And then if you realize that this is exactly the same as function of f. So what is the relation, state relation between fx and gx? Or what is the conclusion that fx is an inverse of the function gx, or fx is g inverse. That's it. Okay, class. Which I think that we almost there. Apa dah hampir ke masa penamat. So I'll try my best. I'll try my best to make 1, 2, or might be kalau possible the 3 videos of solving the set of PSPM questions. And might be this set of KMKK that we are discuss here right now is part of the question, part of the set that I'm gonna make on. Saya akan videokan. So to hopefully that it benefit all of you in your revision moment here right now. So, Mr. Rodi, you got anything to say?
I'm not sure whether Messi win or not.
What a messy day. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so from me, that's all. And I try my best to make a video of solving this for a set of prepared SPM question. And my advice to all of you, take care of yourself. Okay, boleh teruskan revision, dan jangan segan-segan datang ke tempat pensyarah di pejabat kami. We are willing to help you, but first thing, you must help yourself first. Okay, that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a nice day.
Okay, student ada masalah lagi nak study, please study well. Dah tak tahu cara basics, dengan Rodi dengan Semegat ada YouTube, you can watch there for help lah. I got a student who doesn't know to do anything, he just watch my YouTube, then he dapat B+. Kawan-kawan dia semua time tu dapat teruk B- lah. So Semegat pun YouTube dia full collection, you know where to get your help lah. And yeah, we are, for KMPP students, we are here ready at the Mathematics Unix to help you. And I believe even if you're from other matriculation, you can go to your lecturer room and they are very happy to help you. Good luck and all the best. Work hard. Stay calm during exams. That's all. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Bye. Okay. All right. So I need to do a few things.
Yang ni